السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم لاول. كيف حالك؟ السلام. كيف حالك؟ كيف تقول؟ الحمد لله. كيف صحتك؟ ما شاء الله. تفضل. السلام عليكم. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. كيف حالك؟ كيف صحتك يا شيخ؟ ازيك؟ حبيبي. الحمد لله. Long time. Dubai. For many years.
Many years back.
How many years?
Maybe 14?
6 years. 6 years.
Maybe. The last time I was in Dubai was...
Oh, you are good. Alhamdulillah.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much.
So many thousands of people entered Islam after you, alhamdulillah. What was the most emotional moment for you? Like one specific story that affected you personally?
That's right. Question is small, but the answer is big. I mean, the many incidences which, mashallah, touched my life when non-Muslims accepted Islam. One of the unique was when I was to go to Dubai to give lectures, there was a person, Hindu by the name of Rahul. He used to, when I was to give public lectures, he used to ask me questions. And he used to ask me one of the most difficult questions. And he said that I know more about Islam than about the management that you're doing, or engineering I think you're doing. So his question was something which was different than the other questions. And then I remember one question he asked me, and he said that the first revelation of the Quran that was given by Archangel Gabriel to the Prophet, and he has studied a lot of Quran and Hadith, is about Iqra. And then the Hadith and the Tafsir says that Archangel Gabriel said Iqra, again Iqra. So he's asking the question that what did Archangel Gabriel show to Prophet Muhammad when he said Iqra? Is that document available in the museum? What did he show? There is no record of what did he show.
True.
When he said, Ma'ana biqari, I cannot read. So I told him, you asked a good question. I asked him, that, do you know Japanese? He said, no. I said, did I show you something in Japanese that you said no? So you don't have to show to say you don't know. When I asked him, do you know Japanese? He said, I don't know.
Yes.
So same way, when Archangel Gabriel asked the Prophet to read, he said, Ma'ana biqari. He doesn't have to show something to say that I cannot read.
True.
So with this much, one of the questions that convinced him, and there were many questions he asked. There were umpteen number of questions. And finally, mashallah, he accepted Islam.
Mashallah.
Allah gave him hidayah.
Do you count, mashallah, how many person entered Islam or no?
Then Allah is keeping Islam. Allah is the best to keep Islam.
alhamdulillah. حضرتك ايه اكتر شيء اثر فيك في حياتك الدعويه؟ يعني موقف مع شخص من السائلين يعني.
اولا الامور الدعوه دائما نجد فيها العجب العجاب، لكن الانسان في امر الدعوه بعد ان يتحمل تبعاتها يدعو الى الله باخلاص. لكن المواقف كثيره عندما يجابهك انسان مثلا ينكر الاديان او ينكر الدين او ينكر الاسلام، عندئذ تستطيع ان تستعين بالله سبحانه وتعالى بان تذب وتدافع عن دينك بطريقه يقبلها الاخر، او بطريقه يعني فيها حسن عرض لدين الله عز وجل. وديننا لا يحتاج الا ان نحسن العرض، فاذا احسننا العرض رب العباد سبحانه وتعالى يجعل الانسان يهتدي الى الله سبحانه وتعالى.
Sheikh, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
How do you spend your day? Like you're a role model to many Muslims, so we want to know, like, how do you spend your day? When you wake up until sleep, like, what do you do?
Of course, when I was in India, where we had an organization which was one of the largest Muslim non-government organizations in the world,
MashaAllah.
where we had more than 500 people working in one office, more than 10,000 volunteers. So there the routine was that I go to the office. And on an average, I spent about 15, 16 hours in a day in the office.
MashaAllah.
And normally many times come after Fajr.
Yeah.
And then read the Fajr, then sleep for about 3 hours, then get up, have breakfast, then pray the Zohar Salah, then spend time with my parents who were very old that time. Now my father is no longer my life, in Jannah, and then go back to the office. But naturally here, when I did hijrah from India to Malaysia, there was a change in life. My iman increased. mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
So now my home has become my office.
MashaAllah.
So normally I feel that if Allah has blessed you, the maximum time a person should spend in life, in a day, is on salah. It's not a fard, it's my recommendation. So, and the best for a Muslim, especially a Daee, that he should spend long hours in tahajjud.
Tahajjud.
So I advise that if you can spend initially half an hour, then maybe 1 hour, then maybe 2 hours. The longer you spend, it's better. And all your 5 salah should be in the mosque in Jama'ah.
And how did you get to know your kids if you're working like 16 hours a day?
Ah, that's very good. I believe in Venn diagram.
Believe
Because Venn diagram means there is overlapping. When I'm married, before marriage, I used to spend maybe about 10 hours for dawah. So people told me, if you marry, you will not be able to spend 10 hours for dawah. So I married a Da'iya. Then I was spending 12 hours for dawah. But in that 12 hours, maybe 4-5 hours was with my wife. So when I had children, they say, you will not do dawah. So I opened an Islamic school. So I'm with my children doing dawah. And many a time when we go for lecture tours, whether it be to Mauritius, many parts of the world, Indonesia, all 5 of us give talks. Me and my son, they give talks among the general audience.
MashaAllah.
My wife and my 2 daughters exclusively in front of ladies.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
So we go out for lecture tour maybe for 7-8 days. We extend for 2 days and we enjoy the beauty of that country, whether it be Indonesia, whether it be Malaysia. So it's more of a Venn diagram.
MashaAllah.
So it is 2 in 1 and that's the best.
يعني العيلة كلها ما شاء الله الزوجة للنساء وهو للرجال وحتى الابنة ما شاء الله تبارك الله.
وعمليا الدكتور ذاكر نايك يمثل الآية الكريمة واجعلوا بيوتكم قبلة، فهو جعل بيته كله بيت دعوة، وهكذا يجب أن يكون الدعاة يخضون كل أوقاتهم للدعوة إلى الله. دكتور ذاكر نايك بهذه الصورة بيجعل هو وأفراد أسرته كله دعاء إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى، ودائما نحن ندعو له بظهر الغيب دائما بالتوفيق والحفظ. وأنا يعني كما قلت أضع في الدعاء في كل صلاة لي أن أدعو له أن يحفظه ويحفظ أبنائه وأسرته، لأنه عبارة عن معلم كبير من معالم الإسلام والدعوة إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى، وهو يدعو إلى الله على بصيرة وبوضوح وبأسلوب هادئ وبسيط وليس عدوانيا، لكن العالم إياه هو الذي يقف بعدوانية ضده. نسأل الله السلامة إن شاء الله، ربنا يحفظه من كل سوء. شاكرين فضل دكتور ذاكر نايك، وأنا يعني very glad to see you today and إن شاء الله ندعو لك وللأسرة الكريمة بإذن الله. ربنا يحفظكم من كل سوء ويطرد عنكم شياطين الإنس والجن ويوفقك دائما لما تصنعه، ونحن دائما اعلم أن لك إخوة في العالم كله وأنا من أولهم. أنا منبهر بطريقة دعوتك، أتعلم منك الكثير، أدعو لك بالخير، ربنا يوفقك للخير دائما إن شاء الله.
لو حضرتك تصف الشيخ ذاكر في كلمة واحدة.
لو رآه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لسر به. يعني لو رآه الرسول لكان سعيدا به. هذا من عينات الإخلاص التي تسير على قدمين، ولا أزكي على الله.
Sheikh Zakir, if you were to describe Dr. Omar in one word, what would you say?
One word is difficult. But alhamdulillah, I would say that Allah has chosen him to spread the message of deen through him. So he's one of the chosen person from Allah to spread the deen.
Alhamdulillah. What he said about you, he said, if the Prophet was to see you, he will be very glad.
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah kull khair.